for us to go viral. Check out Chargers running back Austin Eckler crushing some monkey bars while doing American Ninja Warrior training. That's the whole video? He's doing some monkey bars?
Jenny, you must have some sort of commentary.
I have commentary?
Yes.
I'm sure I have.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes. You see the little boy? Jenna put it. We edited this. Those little kids were on the monkey bars. Jenna made a move.
You know how hard it is to have to bend your knees and not touch the ground?
Hold on.
To do this as well?
God, can we please loop this video? You see all three kids. That little boy had been waiting patiently. Jenna made a move. This little girl walked over. You can't see what she says there. She says, move, I'm filming. It's for the gram. Little boy in the back has been waiting for an hour. Jenna took 7 takes to get it just right.
That is not
She's
true.
talking, I'm sure, to Marnie or something right there. These poor kids.
What is my point? The point is, it's impressive, but not that impressive. It's not, you know, you have a little shoulder strength.
No.
You can do this.
And he didn't have to deal with the threat of the children attacking him for stealing their... Yeah, I knew, of course. Of course, one of her friends, they go to the park. They don't even take their kids, America.
That's not true.
The kids are with the nanny. Hey, little Harper and Quinn, we got an important meeting. They go to the park without them to post videos for the gram and kick these other kids off. That's a fact.
Funny.
That is a fact, America.
It's time for stories.
How old is that video, by the way?
Your morning. Why?
Weekly.
Because you're in shorts and then...
Oh, yeah.
We had 152-degree day last week.
Yeah, it's weekly.
Okay.
Story Start Your Morning sponsored by Sprint Switch today.
Last week.
Yeah.
Don't just be lying.
Yes, she be.
Like 2 years ago.
Yes, she be. Last night, Jason Tatum went off for 39 points.
I don't even know if I can trust that. I got to check the box score.
In a double overtime win over the Clippers. Hey, Tatum put up 39. I'm positive. And the Celtics have won 8 of their last 9. I'm positive.
Yep.
Are you impressed with Jason Tatum?
He's been excellent. He's been excellent. Borderline All-Star, and made the All-Star team. And I think he's only
no borderline about it.
Well, I think that the selection, he was a.
You never give enough credit.
Oh my gosh!
We talk about
I thought he was a.
And you never give Jason Tatum enough credit.
I thought he was a borderline All-Star selection, but last night he played like a superstar. That's the point I made.
Just wanted to shut you down.
No problem.
Moving on to Zion. Zion put up a career-high 32 points last night and became the youngest player to ever have 6 straight 20-point games.
Oh, that's good.
No, that's
guys, that's impressive.
Hey, Coach, you know who he reminds me of?
Big Ben?
No. Randy Moss. Comes into the league, and it's like, why was Randy so successful? Oh, he's the tallest, he's the fastest, he can jump the highest. So, of course, it translates. Zion comes into the league, he's as strong as the strongest, he's as fast as the fastest, and he can jump higher than anybody.
The biggest.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's working to his advantage. He's been unbelievable.
No, I think once he gets in shape, he's going to be unbelievable.
Size
he's in
doesn't
shape.
matter.
Oh, he is?
That's his shape.
Oh.
That's his playing shape.
Okay.
Tom Brady's future continues to leave us scratching our heads just a bit. Where does he go? Who wants to pay him? How long? How much? The latest report says that Brady is expected to be back with the Patriots, and a former staffer said that Belichick knows Brady is his best option at quarterback to win another Super Bowl.
Was that former staffer coach? I feel like we could have had this report a long time ago.
Former staffer stayed on FS1 for 6 months. He's the best option, huh? Who reported that? Is that another secret report that's come out of New England?
Double secret report.
Someone has a red phone.
Coach, don't you want to see Brady finish his career with the Patriots?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I've been pretty adamant about that for quite some time. I think he gives.
There's something sentimental about it,
it's not.
There?
No, the one thing about New England is not about sentimentality at all, and that's actually one of the things that's helped them be successful, is because where other teams will hold on to a player a year or two too long because of what they've done in the past, New England moves on, and there's an honesty to that approach. It's not always the most well received. I think that Tom does give the team the best chance to be successful. I think the team gives Tom the best chance to be successful because there isn't going to be the learning curve, and maybe Josh McDaniels gets a head coaching job next year. But this fusion that they have right now, the relationship, the understanding, they have a chance with a few minor tweaks. I don't even think they have to be major tweaks to be right back in the mix, and they already were. They were 12-4, and we're not talking about a rebuild.
Doesn't some of this, though, obviously and of course, have to come down to at what price? I think everyone would agree. This is, I'm going to go furthest logical conclusion on this. If Tom Brady would play for the minimum on a one-year deal, is he the best option? 1,000 times out of 1,000. If Tom Brady wants $45 million a year, fully guaranteed for 1 year, is he the best option? 0 times out of 1,000. So the question is, where on that spectrum?
What's the next best option? Let's say you pay him, whether you pay him $25 million, $10 million, $30 million. Tell me what's the next best option. What are you doing with that money that you save that's going to offset him?
Trade a third-round pick for Cam Newton, and he comes in at $19 million.
Yeah, I know. We could play fantasy football.
Well, you just asked me.
I know, but
that is fantasy.
Well, you're just making stuff up. These trades that we all say, hey, just do this, hey, just do that. There needs to be another party interested in making those trades, and they're not that easy. You have to actually have a realistic chance to get somebody.
Okay, well, I think Cam is on the market.
And you think Cam's coming in on the cheap?
Well, Cam's under contract. 1 year for $19 million.
There's a lot of guys that are under contract that decide not to play or don't play till they get a new contract.
Okay, and in that case for Cam, I wouldn't do it.
Ezekiel Elliott.
Fair enough. And if I got the intel that Cam was only going to play this year under a new contract, then I would scratch him off my list and go to the next person on my list. Is Teddy Bridgewater actually available? At what price? Teddy Bridgewater for the same price as Tom Brady? In 2020, I'd rather Teddy Bridgewater, and I think he'll actually be cheaper than Tom Brady. If he's not available, then
you're assuming this like plug-and-play mentality in the systems. Tom Brady has this wealth of experience. He's seen everything. There are steps that don't have to be taken there. And we're not talking about small steps. We're talking about like skyscraper amount of steps that he surpasses. You bring in a guy like Teddy Bridgewater, you're starting from scratch.
Yep.
So if it seems like it's so obvious to you that Tom Brady is just without a doubt the best option for them at whatever price, why haven't they really moved forward on bringing him back? It seems like there's something that's holding Bill Belichick back from wrapping his arms around the idea.
Well, because Tom has to agree to it. And look, it's not very rarely do you hear about negotiations in New England going smoothly. There is still the element of negotiation. And one side has to put forth what they want, and the other side has to put forth what they want, and you got to get to what's palatable for both sides. It's not the place that proactively just re-ups people and gives them the top market.
But
money.
Coach, to your concern about if it's anyone other than Brady, you are starting from scratch as far as the knowledge of the offense, as far as the familiarity with the system, all of that. I totally understand the point. But Tom Brady's going to be 43 years old when this next season begins. That day you're talking about is on the horizon no matter what. Unless you think Jarrett Stidham he's going to hand the keys to him, where he's been in the system a year, now another year, that eventually Jarrett Stidham's the heir apparent, then you could have not a seamless, but a less of a seam in the transition. No matter what, at some point, they have to start anew. So,
but what is anew, Nick? Let's say it is Stidham, okay? At least he's been in the system now for what, 2 years?
Well, this would be, well, so this coming year would be,
three, right?
Sure. No, this past year was his rookie year. So this year would be year two.
Yep. And 2 years in a system is very different than bring someone from the outside in.
1,000% agree with you. My point is, I don't look at, and I don't know if the Patriots look at, because you're right, they're a black box when it comes to information, as they drafted Stidham as the long-term solution, or they drafted Stidham as a project, maybe a backup. We'll see what he turns into. So the point I'm making is, if they have determined Stidham is not going to be, or they don't think he's going to be the quarterback of the future, then no matter what, the quarterback after Brady is going to be starting from scratch. So,
but they could easily draft a quarterback this year. Why couldn't they go get a quarterback in the draft this season? Why couldn't they trade up and get a guy if they felt that strongly about him? There's a way to keep Tom and still bring other talent in and potentially have that transition
But we are running out of ways to keep Tom, have the transition in place, and give Tom the weapons I've been told for 6 months he didn't have. We're running out of draft capital. They spent a second-round pick on Mohamed Sanu. They only have 2 picks in the top 100 this year. This is not a year where the Patriots are loaded for bear in the draft. They've got an absurd amount of 6th and 7th round picks. They have 5 picks in the 6th and 7th rounds. Aside from that, they've got the 23rd pick, the 87th pick, 2 4s, 1 5, and then 5 picks in the 6th and 7th round.
What round was Edelman drafted in?
Edelman, was he undrafted or was he a 7th rounder?
7th. And what round was Tom drafted in?
Tom was a 6th rounder.
Oh, so the 6th and 7th round draft picks actually might have value?
They might have value. And if you want to cast your lot, in those, then that's fine. I would say the reason that we know those things off the top of our head is because they're rarities. And they just spent a first-round pick on a wide receiver that I've been told all year, it's not Brady's fault. N'Keal Harry, it was just either the wrong pick or he didn't develop or he couldn't pick up on the offense. So if we're now spending a pick on a quarterback, for extending Brady and spending salary cap dollars there, we're running out of ways to give him the weapons I've been told he needs.
But one of the things that New England has done consistently is find other people's undervalued assets, bring them into their system, and find a way to make it work for them. So to just say the traditional evaluation of this team is the only way that we should do it, I don't think that's accurate.
It's a great point. And I would imagine that they might try to kidnap Hunter Renfrow from the Raiders.
Take a break. Coming up, let's talk some basketball. Are the Clippers the most disappointing team in the NBA? Some people think so. It's next on First Things First.